All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Moin Meister, moin Jungs, herzlich willkommen zur dritten Folge von Vampyr. Ja, richtig auf alle auffüllen. Haben wir das gemacht? Nö, auf zum Rang. Analysiere William Bishops Blut am Arbeitstisch. Wo ist unser Arbeitstisch? Da. Am Arbeitstischen kannst du Folgendes herrschen: medizinische Behandlungen, um kranke Bürger zu behandeln, Serum durch Selbststärken, Waffenaufwertungen, um deine Waffen zu verbessern und anzupassen. Die müssen wir analysieren.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? I cannot enter. Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Ja, dann müssen wir jetzt dann da einbrechen, oder wie? Betritt die alte Leichenhalle. Wie kämen wir da hin? Laufen wir einfach mal außen rum. Machen wir mal einen auf Vampyr. Nachtschicht, oder?
It's locked, all right.
Da ist ja da zum Hintereingang, ne?
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Bin gespannt, was uns dahinter erwartet. Alte Leichenhalle.
It's locked.
Hey boy.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Ich finde etwas. Ah, da haben wir auch noch irgendwas. So. Flasche mit Alkohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Hello, boy.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Schusswaffe. Schusswaffen. Fußhaftes Bein. Ist mir da noch irgendwas? Natrium, Hydrol, irgendwas. Nein. Servus. Haben wir es dann? Ja. Irgendwo ist noch einer. Da ist er ja. Galilei. Thanks, Galilei. Schon go. Bitte, ne? Hä?
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Äußerst effizient. Äußerst effizient. Stelle eine Behandlung gegen Erschöpfung her. Jetzt her. Nein, das kannst du nicht, gell? Vampire haben Duckbisse. Hintereingang, wo war der nochmal? War da, oder? Yes, sir. Dann stellen wir heute mal so ein Ding her. Fuck, jetzt schon 1,5 Liter Eistee drunter, Mann. What the fuck? Auf geht's, come on. Sieht man eigentlich das mit Blut? Kann man da nicht einfach irgend so ein Ding nehmen und den einfach schnell umbringen für Blut? Wenn du zum Beispiel den jetzt umbringen. Gehen wir mal mit dem.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Real doctor.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful. Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and...
Er ist duckt und verkauft Dinge, Alter. Komisch.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year? You have the right to disagree with our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Streit sich lange umeinander. Und zum Fucking wieder da aufhören.
Good evening,
umbringen,
nurse.
die Weiber da.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Assistent, sie müsste Assistentin sein einmal. Verstehe ich sowieso nicht. Jetzt müssen wir eigentlich stelle eine Behandlung gegen Erschöpfung. Ja? Machen wir das einmal. Rakesh Chadava. Dann stellen wir mal das hier. Gegen Erschöpfung, ja? dringende Medizin zu teuer für kleine Patientenzimmer. Ist das das da?
I cannot enter.
Ja, das ist unten. Wahrscheinlich unten. Wahrscheinlich unten.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Scheint dringend zu sein. Okay. Achtung mit Leitzen.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Perfekt, so. Das Opferkind, wo ist das jetzt wieder? Wo ist er? Wo ist er? Wo ist er? Oben wahrscheinlich. Ja. Wen halt ihr mal ein paar Bürger finden da, du weißt? Aber es ist ja kein Bürger da. Auf der Straße. Wenn man sie außen rumlaufen, weiß ich sowieso nicht. Aber wir werden wahrscheinlich aufhören müssen.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive
Stimmt
me.
es oder stimmt es
I've
nicht?
been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly
Ja,
near the
gut.
tents outside, tending the
Was
sick.
halt nie dumm.
You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay. Sprich mit der Gönnerin des Krankenhauses. Gönnerin des Krankenhauses sprechen. Ach, es ist unten. Dann gehen wir heute nach unten. Gönnerin des Krankenhauses müssen wir sprechen. Ist sie ernsthaft außen oder wie?
Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know. I met him in New York.
Hallo Gönnerin.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Ja, wir können mal sagen.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most
Pressa.
recent demands.
Nice. Umbringen, oder wie?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? a kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the
Umbringen,
newly
nice gemacht,
appointed
jetzt halt die
surgeon
alle.
of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Die schauen
Please
ja die ganze
continue.
gleich, ja.
Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Condition. Sprich mit Harriet im Krankenhaus. Na, sprechen wir jetzt mal wieder von unten am Metzeln. Nicht über die Skala oder was es war.
Simpleton, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Ja, wir haben ja nichts da.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not
It's your
mine.
business,
But
doctor.
I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Schwester Pippa Hawkins.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Disgust on every street corner.
Wieder rein. Da unten ist etwas gewesen. Ich muss gerade noch runterkommen. Schaffen wir das, hallo.
It's one of them! Steady, boys, we've got one of them! I'll kill it! Kill it while you
Wo ist denn
deserve.
der? Ich muss mich heilen, Hilfe. Wie zum Fick kommt ich da rüber? Ich meine, das ist noch nicht fertig, oder? Dauert die Folge ein bisschen länger, mein Gott. Weißt du, wie kann ich porten? Ja, dann machen wir in der nächsten Folge weiter. Dann haut's rein, Leute. Tschüss.